Okay, so in today's video, we're gonna discuss why English words don't stick even after 10 lookups, which is one of the problems I had while reaching like the level of B1 and C2 uh, in my English learning journey. Sometimes I found some words that I really wanted to learn, but like they don't stick. Whatever I try to do, like it takes several iterations or something like that. For example, the word ubiquitous. So here's the loop where I was stuck in my learning. So each time I meet a new word while reading, for example, an article in Wikipedia, in a book, for example, then I look it up. The lookup feels like learning, but nothing really gets through. So I look it up, I open a new tab, for example, Google Translation or whatever, a dictionary, whatever you use. Then, okay, that's what it means. So I understand the meaning, then I close the tab, and just I keep reading. I understand it while I was reading. I understand the sentence where it's used, but then it never comes back after, like, for example, 2 weeks or another time. I found it across the word again, but I remember that I know this word, but I don't remember its meaning. I can't write it. It happens like several times, the same loop again and again. So you may have the same experience. You may already have a word in your mind already. So like just drop it in the comments. So what I found is that the question is how many times does your brain need to meet a word? This is what at first I think just one lookup while reading as I do, just save it in my memory and I can use it. And I found I was wrong. I was wrong. In reality, what research shows is that it needs 8 to 20 meaningful encounters. This is Paul's Nation's research, not my opinion. So this is what it really takes to remember a word. So I found also another interesting thing. There is recognizing a word you see in points from your memory when you need it. It's two different skills, which at first I think like I mixed them. I think it's just one, and almost every learner do train just the first one. So we're gonna explain the recognition is not retrieval. So a word worth keeping. For example, you found a word that's worth interesting to add to your vocabulary. What happened for most of us is the recognition. We do the recognition part, which is passive. You see the word in redefinition, as I showed in the loop previously. Then you note, move on. Okay, so you this is what it means. You understand, then you move on. Fade within days, because our brain here is just in the reading mode, not in the learning mode. With trill text, you need to retrieve, which is active learning. So you need to meet it in real context, as you do, which is very step, but you need to pull it from memory yourself, used in your own sentences. This is the pulling from your memory. The result will be much better. You will be able to use like the other words you already know. For example, in your writing, your conversation, or whatever you want to use this word, it will be a part of your vocabulary. So the method I found which is really helpful for me in that level when I reached the B1 C1 level, adding new vocabulary to my vocabulary set and like make them active faster. So first of all, when you encounter the word while reading or wherever you see it in a video on YouTube or just reading an article, capture that word. You note it wherever you in your notebook, in your digital notebook, physical notebook, wherever. Then you contextualize it. You put the context where you found it under it and with its definition and use it in, I don't know, in a story or whatever. Then you read it aloud, read aloud the word so you get its pronunciation, how it's pronounced well. Then you produce it. So you force yourself to write it used in different sentences, like 2 to 3 sentences. You put this word that you captured from your reading used in sentences that produced by your own, which is force the production skill. This is and in each time you might think I remember this word like I saw it before. When you came back, it'll be easier for you. Just you have it connected in your brain, like force your brain to use it. And so what I'm gonna do in this channel will be documenting what actually works for advanced learner. If that's you, subscribe and see you in the next video.